Hi everybody, this is Barbara, hippie homesteader wannabe, and I thought I would go outside to try to video a little bit about kind of winding up what I learned from doing Veganuary and from counting calories. Let's see. I'm going to start with the calorie counting part. And anyway, there are like 7 things I learned about counting calories. I don't know if you can see any chicken activity over there. That's why I'm out here. It's closest I can get to a farm scene. But anyway, number one, I learned that I can be satisfied with smaller portions. And that the only way to know exactly how big or small my portion is to measure it, whether that's weighing or using measuring cups. And number two, I learned that a reliable recipe is a wonderful thing. Now, my experience with recipes has always been, most of them are not geared to the way I like to cook. In other words, there are certain ingredients I like to have on hand, and then there's some that I just don't get. Either they're too expensive or I don't like them or whatever. So I always alter and modify and don't follow exactly, or else I just cook by the seat of my pants. And what I discovered was that by creating my own recipes in which I cooked like I cook, I can go back to it and I know exactly what the calorie count is. And that's a pretty neat thing. So I'm really pleased with how that has turned out. All right, number 3, if you count your calories, it allows you to take control of your calorie deficit, so that you can know that if you stick with it, you will lose weight. And I think that makes sense. The only way to lose weight, they say, is to create a calorie deficit. And that's how like a whole food plant-based or a keto or whatever diet, that's the way they work, is they're using a restriction of some aspect of eating in order to create a calorie deficit. In other words, less calories going in than going out. So by counting them, you can be on top of that. And okay. Number 4, this is a biggie, kinda. Don't eat stuff that you don't like if you're cutting back on calories. And this is something that I think, because I'm so afraid of waste and so afraid of wasting money, that a lot of times, or I want to be healthy and I want to try the new thing, the quinoa or the almond butter or the whatever, and some of those things are kind of expensive and some of them I don't like very much. And so I guess if you're thinking about trying to reduce the amount of food you eat, it totally makes sense to not eat it if you don't like it. And am I recording? Yes. Okay. And so throw it out, try to save it if you can. If you can't, if you absolutely can't stand the taste of it, just throw it, give it to the chickens, stick it in the compost pile, or try again. Give up on it. If you've tried it several times and you just don't like it, give it away, whatever, and don't go back. Don't try it again. Like I discovered recently that I don't like celeriac, celery root, which is a vegetable I've wanted to try my whole life because I like celery. But man, it was so strong. It was such a strong celery flavor that it was just overpowering, and I did not like it. So, all right, number 5 is to find a light salad dressing that you like and stick with that. And I have this is one thing that I've tried is to make homemade salad dressings, and they all stink. They're all too tangy. They're all just not good. So Light Ranch, a store brand, Light Ranch, You get 80 calories for 2 tablespoons, which is very doable, and I love it. But if you like French, or you like, I don't know, they still make oats. That used to be pretty good. Or that green one that poppy seed, something like that. Or if you like the homemade, whatever it is, salads can really help. And okay, I wonder what's going on back there. Oh, Lightning's gonna see. He's got to know what's going on. Okay, 2 other little things about calorie counting. One is that for me, it tastes just as good to saute your onion or your bell pepper or whatever in water as it does to use oil, and you save a few calories. A real cook, a real chef is going to tell you that's bogus, but for me it was fine, and I don't want to go back to adding those extra calories. And a really nice little extra bonus is that you save money when you eat smaller portions, like a bag of the vegan chicken strips, Gardein. They're so good. I like them. Anyway, you get 3 servings out of that if you're eating regular servings and not huge servings. So you get 3 meals out of that instead of just 1. So that's the end of that part. Okay, section 3 is going to be 5 things that I've learned about vegan eating. So about vegan foods that might be little tips, whatever, that might be worth passing along. First of all, vegan meals, even when you're watching your calories, they can be extremely delicious and satisfying. They really can. It's delicious food. Number 2, it can be expensive and a pain in the rear to try to be 100% vegan, while you can be 98% vegan very simply. And for me, the hard part was butter, which it seems to me like if it's a cheap margarine, a tub margarine from the store, and it does not contain any milk derivatives listed, then it should be okay. You shouldn't have to pay that extra $2 or $3 to get the little V on the label. And the other thing is coffee creamer, which the cost and the taste, they don't taste good, they cost a lot, they're not shelf stable, like a big old canister of the Great Value from Walmart of the powdered creamer will last you forever. And it's got a little bit of, it's mostly corn syrup solids, so I mean, it's dairy is not even the main thing it is, but of course it's not vegan. So anyway, that's my little axe to grind there. All right, 3rd thing is that I really didn't miss cheese. I didn't miss it at all. Recently I've been thinking of cheese like, you know, when you, sometimes if you like make some pasta or something and you just kind of sprinkle some cheese on top of your plate and you kind of mix it in, you know how it coats your fork and it coats your plate, and maybe it does that inside your blood vessels and inside your body. I don't know, for some reason cheese is just kind of losing its appeal to me, which doesn't mean I'll never eat it again, but I'm not really tempted to have it in my diet like every day or anything. Okay, 2 more. One of them is that I think it's this day and age we live in with the Food Network and all these recipe blogs and YouTube channels where they cook. Everything's new, unique, you know, multicultural. It's things that we've never seen before. Oh boy, there's a new dish to try. And so I find for me that I'm tempted by variety, but I'm more satisfied by something that's tried and true. And so I think in the future, I'm going to just kind of forget about trying to find new stuff and just try to get better at fixing the things that I really like chili and spaghetti and stir fry and a good hearty salad. Those are in soup, all kinds of like real basic soups, like vegetable soup or a chicken noodle type or whatever. Oh, there he goes. He's seen a chicken, or he's seen a cat or something. Okay. So there's that. That was number 4, tempted by variety, but satisfied by the tried and true. And number 5, I've been kind of experimenting with how to cook beans so that they don't have so much gas. And here's what I think is the trick. And boy, there's a million theories out there, and it's so interesting to see what people have tried and what they think works. But for me, what seems to work is soak them a long, long time if you can, and then drain the soaking water and rinse them. Put more soaking water, drain it, rinse it after several hours. You can do that for a long time, 24 hours maybe, or even 8. But just quite a while. And then, well, while you're cooking them, after they come to a boil and they boil for a while, drain it out again and rinse it. And that will help with the gassiness, I believe. And I also believe that the reason we add a little bit of soda, like a teaspoon of baking soda, I think the purpose of that is to soften the hulls of the beans so that they'll cook a little faster, because boy, if they're old, you can boil for hours and it seems like that hull is still tough. So anyway, that's my bean tips. And yeah, I've managed to keep my phone working the whole time. And we're out here enjoying this sunny day. I'm freezing, but tomorrow I'm getting my teeth pulled. So that's on the horizon. It hasn't fallen out yet on its own. So I'm going to have to pay to have the doctor pull that out. Dentist, I mean. But yeah, tomorrow's the day I get my teeth pulled, my uppers, and get my temporary dentures. So he gave me 2 doses of Valium, so I'm supposed to take one tonight before bedtime, and then take one an hour before my appointment tomorrow. And that is, they call that oral sedation, so that you're more relaxed when you're actually going in and getting the procedure done. So, yeah. So I will see you on the other side. And if I think of anything else vegan, oh, by the way, I stayed vegan with the exception, I think I ate eggs one time. About 3 weeks in, I had a little, like 3 of my little farm eggs. And then I did let myself have a little bit of coffee creamer, and I think I might have had light ranch dressing once or twice before the end, but I stuck with the vegan, it's hard for me to say, stuck with that all month, and I stuck with my calorie counting. I did have one day that I went to 1,600, but I wrote down every single thing, every teaspoon of coffee creamer, everything that had calories, and I lost 10.2 pounds since I started. So we're charging into month 2. I'm going to keep the calorie counting going, but I'm easing up on the vegan, and gardening is coming up. So and I ordered some seeds, so there's a lot to come. So I will talk to you later. Bye bye.